welcome to a new episode of A Teacher's Journey with your host, Robert Corio Jr. Recording this early on Thursday. I'm going to be doing some stuff in the afternoon. I usually record this during the afternoon, but today, Thursday morning, August 20th, I'm recording this. Just have some extra time available right now, so because this afternoon I'm going to be a little bit busy as I have a couple tutoring sessions and then a virtual interview for a lead for a long-term opportunity. So I'm going to be a little bit busy and just wanted just to record this right now as I have some time left. And also I just don't want to forget because I know it's important for me. I know it's important to record every week and get new episodes out every week for you all. So hopefully everyone is doing well. This is good. This is we're almost almost into September, about another week or so, and we'll be in September. So I mean, it's just summer has been going by quickly. Again, I'm not go. I mean, for me, I'm not going back until September. So I still have some time over the for my summer break until school starts. But that's probably next week or so. I'm going to be getting ready, doing training, getting everything ready for the coming year. Um, Again, I just wanted just to talk to you about what's going on my week, what's going on with my job situation, and all of that. So right. So I've been doing a lot of tutoring this past week, and also last week I was doing tutoring. So basically, this summer, again, over the summer, I've just been doing a lot of tutoring opportunities. And right now, for the school year, there is a long-term assignment that I have, which will be like an everyday substitute, not like a long-term substitute where I'd be working in like a single classroom, where it'd be more like a daily substitute where I'll be working a long-term assignment and being assigned to somewhere each day. It might be the same, might be different. I don't know, but that's right now. That's what's going on for the summer or for the school year, and then also doing tutoring after school. That's really right now. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not. I don't know what's gonna happen because it seems like every week things are changing. At least in my state, in New Jersey, where the governor of my state said that schools, if they aren't able to have in-person learning, that they can do remote learning to start the year off. And I've seen where a couple of schools that I'm a substitute at have sent out letters, emails saying that they are going to start the year in virtual learning, where it will be just starting the month off until October ish, and then just see how it goes, kind of take it month by month basis. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for those people that are substitute teachers there, and again, some may just do it just for some extra money. They might be retired and they can maybe find some other opportunities. But some teachers that are looking to get into the field and may not have other options and may not have other things that they can do right now. They might be still looking for a job and they can't find anything. And it's and they're just and they don't know. And then again, we don't know what's going to look like. Are we going to be subbing every day? Is it going to be every day where you can get online sub, or you're just going to be not working? I mean, fine. That's the tough part. I mean, like, what is this going to look like when the school year starts if people are going to be doing virtual learning and working and then if you're just a daily substitute teacher, how is that going to look? Are you going to be subbing every day? Are you going to be coming in? I mean, how is that going to look? Really tough. I mean, I think it's something I'm worried about as myself. I mean, I think I'm worried financially, just how is this all going to work? I mean, right now, like I said, I do have a couple opportunities. I'm tutoring, and there's also a plan of doing a long-term substitute assignment, where I mean, well, but I mean, but I'm also worried. I mean, I'm just worried about month to month, like how is this gonna go? I mean, like I'm just like financially, I'm worried right now. I mean, not only am I worried about the health status of everyone during this time, but I'm worried about also worried about the financial impact of all this. I mean, I get why we have to do. I get the purpose of doing virtual learning. I understand that because it's about keeping students, faculty, and everyone safe. It's about safety first. I get that, and that's something I feel that it's important. Okay, we gotta make sure we do what we can to keep everyone safe. But I'm also curious to see like when that schools that are starting now and they're doing in-person learning, what does that look like? I mean, how is it affecting everyone? What are the cases? I mean, are there any new cases? I mean, that's what I'm curious of. And then I think that's like the silver lining in all this is that we can all just see what's going on in the states that have started school now and see what's happening and see what the cases are looking like if they're going whether they're doing in person or virtual learning, see what it looks like because we don't have to start for until some schools aren't starting until September 8th, even later. So I mean, it really we can really sit back and watch how the other schools are dealing with this and see what are they doing correctly, what's could be better, and just see and just learn from it. So I think that's the silver lining in all this is that we can just sit back and just see what other schools that are currently in session are doing right now and see if any of the coronavirus cases have gone up or not. But again, what I feel about all this, and it's just I'm concerned right now. I'm just concerned financially about what's gonna happen. I mean, like, is this gonna be something where like I mean, am I gonna have to take another? I mean, probably gonna have to. I mean, am I gonna have to pivot or whatnot? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that's what the hardest part about all this is. It's just I don't know because I have been luck. I mean, I've been interviewing for jobs and just interviewing, but I really haven't seen anything yet. I mean, I haven't gotten anything yet, like where I'm like a more of a classroom teacher rather than a daily substitute teacher. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. I want to be a classroom teacher where I'm in a classroom. I'm working with students and working more on full time basis. And with all this happening, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. I mean, I really, financially. And the one thing I've been doing for the past few months during all this time is having a budget. And I don't know if some of you who listen to Dave Ramsey, he's a financial expert. I don't know if he calls himself a financial expert or financial guru. I don't know what he calls himself, but I listen to his show on YouTube. I read some of this. I have an app that I use to help me with budgeting. I also budget and really just helps me to see where my money's going. Like what am I spending my money on, and how much do I have left over, and maybe some wiggle room, and making sure that I'm using my money in the right way. And that has helped me. I mean, I really do like I am more mindful now about what I'm spending, how I'm spending my money, how much I'm making, and I gotta see what this looks like for next month, and just going forward for until the end of the year. I mean, what is this gonna look like for me? I mean, how am I gonna be able to manage, being able to support myself, pay my bills, pay my debts, and also invest and save money? What is that gonna look like? How am I gonna be able to do that? So that's a concern for me, and I am frustrated because I haven't had success in interviewing and getting a job, getting a classroom teacher job. I've really been. I mean, I've had a couple interviews this week. I had an interview this week. I had actually and then an interview last week, and it's just like it's just frustrating because I haven't seeing anything yet. I haven't gotten like the job where it was like, yeah, Rob, you got the job, and it's just frustrating because I am getting interviews, but it's like I just don't know what else to do. I mean, I really don't. I mean, unless like, I mean, I like to also like, what can I do during an interview where I feel like I can stand out and be able to know like, yeah, I'm a fit for this job because sometimes you get feedback and it's like you didn't do this well, this was good, but this could have been better, and it's hard because I don't know who I'm up against. Like I don't know, and I think that's what the challenge is. Like I don't know. Maybe it's someone that has better, more experience than I do, who like has a better knowledge of a certain area, and it's just I think at times it's just getting really taxing and really just draining at times. Like, and I'm trying to stay motivated. I'm working on staying motivated and trying to be positive and trying to keep pushing forward. And at times it's just tough. I mean, it's just honestly it's tough. Like I'm throughout my life, it's just been tough finding jobs that I want. I mean, I never had like maybe I did have easy opportunities, but I never thought that they were easy. It was always hard to find something that I wanted to do or something that I liked. It was never easy. And I know there's some people out there like it might be easy for them, and I don't know. Maybe it was hard. Maybe for me, maybe on the outside it looked easy, but maybe they just had their own challenges. And I want to be able to share my challenges with you as well, like stuff that I'm going through, because you might be looking for a job as well, and you are still frustrated because you haven't found anything yet. And I want to be able to share like, okay, that I'm frustrated as well. I'm not just it's not just sunshine and rainbows for me. It's more just because the reason I'm frustrated and concerned is just because financially, like I want to be able to support myself. This is why. I mean, I want to be able to make sure I have enough money to support myself. I have enough income coming in, and also where it can support my stuff that's outgoing. More it's like an income balance sheet. Like, okay, how much am I bringing in, and how much is going out? That's what I'm concerned about. Like at the end of the day, it's making sure that each month I have enough. I'm not having to go into my savings unless I have to. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard because we just don't know right now. I think a lot of us are just we're kind of in the we're in the clouds. Like I don't want to say clouds, but like we're just not sure yet about what's gonna happen, and it's scary. I mean, I find this to be. I'm part of me is scared right now because I just don't know. I mean, it could be next week where everything is I feel like I can take a deep breath and I feel like I have breathing room financially. But right now I'm concerned. It's just like a lot of concern right now, and I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm just trying my best. I'm just doing what I can to push forward on a day-to-day basis and trying to work as much as I can, take as much as I can. Yeah, I'm even selling some things. I'm on eBay selling some stuff. There's some stuff I have in my house that I don't use anymore. I sold a water bottle that I didn't use, and then I have some koozies that I have extras of, which I'm not using. I'm just trying to sell those just to make some extra cash for myself. And I might even be looking around my house to see what else I can sell, just because it's just I need the extra money, and it's and I just I'm just trying to see what else I can do, trying to think of some new things to be able to make sure I'm comfortable in bringing money in, so that way I can save. I can most importantly pay down debt that I have. Also have food and be able to pay my other bills, insurance, car insurance, be able to pay car pay, all that fun stuff. And then also have money to invest, have money to save, and have money to do stuff. Where I want to go out, I have the money because I don't want to be using credit cards. And that's what I mean. Like that's what and honestly, like during this time, the only time I haven't been using my credit card at all. Like I'm just keeping them in a separate place. I have my debit card in my wallet, and that's really it. So I think for all this, it's just the only that's my concern right now. Is just making sure that I have enough money coming in where it can support paying my bills and all my essential needs, and then being able to have money left over to do other things and be able to save, invest, and do have some fun. Like I mean, I don't want to say fun, but yeah, have fun and do stuff that I want to do. I mean, that's what the concern is right now, and I'm worried about that on a day-to-day basis. I'm just thinking like, and plus, I don't want to have to be going into my savings all the time. Like savings is important, but I don't want to be going into there every month to get stuff because that means I'm not bringing enough. So I also gonna have to look into my budget and maybe see what I can lower, what I can reduce, Maybe what can I not pay for a while? I mean, what can I not do? I mean, yeah, I mean, I have to figure it out for next month, and that's something I'm going to be working on. So again, I think, I mean, all I can do right now is just keep pushing forward. I mean, maybe I have to do some better networking, and I don't know. Maybe it's just a networking thing to me as well. Maybe it's my fault. It could be just my fault too. I'm just maybe sometimes we don't look at ourselves. I don't look at myself in the mirror, and maybe it's my fault instead of someone else's. It's maybe, I just take the blame for all this right now because it should be better than all. It should be I should be doing better than what I'm doing right now. So I all right. So I'm gonna talk about. I was thinking about what I did last week, like a comparison of doing teaching virtually and in person. So I'm going to do after this. I'm going to talk about comparing interviewing in person compared to virtual interviewing. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I was thinking about when, because I've been doing interviewing for jobs for many years since before I was in college and during college and after college. And recently, with everything going on, I've been doing a lot for teaching roles. I've been interviewing virtually for them, and I just want to compare my experience doing virtual interviews to in-person interviews. So let's start off with virtual interviews. And what the virtual interviews have been like for me were have been they've either been on Zoom or Google Meet. And when comparing them, I feel like they're the same. I have a computer where it has a camera in it, so I don't have a separate camera because the camera is already built into my computer. So as long as I have a camera on my computer, I have a microphone which I can talk into. It's basically I can see the person and the person can see me during these times, and it's basically it's like talking in person, except you're doing it from your home and or they're doing it from their house or school, whichever it is. So I feel that it's all the same. It's the same in that sense where as long as you're talking, you feel like you're talking to someone on the other end, and they're talking to you on the other end. It's pretty much the same. I don't see that there's not many. It's basically there. You can talk, have a conversation. And then basically everything is almost the same. Where you can write down notes. They can hear you. You can hear them as long as the internet connectivity is good, it's basically the same thing. What I notice differently from virtual meetings is that I like virtual meetings because you don't have to get into your car and drive to a location in order to meet with someone. That saves a lot of time in just you're saving time. Whether you can be doing other things after work during before or after. You don't have to spend time driving, getting to a location, getting ready. You can just you can just basically do work from your home, do other things before and after that time, and really use your time more effectively and and then not spending money on gas. I mean, you're not spending the money on gas in order to drive there, and also the mileage on driving and maintenance and of your car and everything. Like during this whole time, I mean, I've been driving a little bit more, but when this all started, my car didn't drive. I didn't drive my car unless I had to go food shopping. It was like once a week. It was like I mean I wasn't spending any money on gas and the mile and I really reduced a lot of my mileage because I didn't really use my car that much. I just made sure I drove it around with it so that way nothing it just kept going. But it was really so it's like the same thing when working from home. I'm using my time more effectively. And I mean, with getting ready, don't have to spend. I mean, as long you spend time, but you have more time because you're not having to rush and get ready and then take time for driving, getting there, distance, and all that. You can just meet with the people. You can just meet, and really the camera, they're not showing, you don't see that, you show, they kind of show you from the chest or neck up, and that's it. I mean, you're not really, they're not seeing like you in like a full suit. I mean, there's some people that I bet you like they probably dress professionally on like wear a nice shirt and everything, and then maybe they just wear shorts underneath. I mean, it's like you don't really like, because no one knows. So I think it's one of those things where that's an advantage. I mean, because you're just saving time mostly. You're saving the time. You're getting the information. You're getting things done like that, because we only have so many hours in a day. And for me now, I'm realizing I'm working on purposeful activities, using my time more effectively rather than not, because I don't like to waste time. I mean, I rather feel that I'm being productive throughout the day and making sure I'm getting a lot done, whether and using my time to the best of my abilities. And I have been during this time, and I feel that with technology and with the internet, as long as the internet, you have a good internet connection and everything's working right, it's it's great. I mean, I feel like interviewing. I mean, I used to do interviewing on Skype when I was in the corporate world. There were some jobs where it was like we're gonna do an interview on Skype. I'm like, great. And I think this is gonna. I think all this has, like, I was talking to a group of my friends last night as we did a Google Meet session actually, and one of my friends, like, well, I mean, the friends I was talking to, like, a lot of them work in like the corp business, nonprofit, corporate field. I mean, a lot of them, like the friends I was talking to, are in the, like, I know, are in like in the teaching world. So, and but they have family and friends that are in the teaching world. But what my friends was saying, and he made a good point, is that this has accelerated a lot of things. Where where like remote working was going to be the future going forward, but now there's going to be a lot more people working from home. There's going to be a lot more virtual remote working now with all of this happening. The companies are seeing that people are going to be more are being as or more productive, and you're also spending saving money on operating costs where you're not and also building costs. You don't have to go to a building and work. You can just work from home as long as you have a computer, internet access. You have everything you need. And I think this is going to be with interviewing now. It's, hey, we have, as long as we have something we can use, we can set up, and then we can just save time. Yeah, not only save time for the candidate, but also save time for the interviewer. I mean, because principals, administration staff, people that are interviewing have a lot of things they have to do. It's not just they have to interview a candidate all day. They have other things to do, and if this can be used to help them, rather than they can just do an interview, okay, we log off, all right, and then they can go on and do other things, because we only have so many hours in a day, and there's so much that has to get done. So I think going forward, I think this is going to change. This is going to accelerate a lot of things, like with interviewing. Maybe once in a while, maybe like as you're getting, maybe like at the beginning, I think of the interview process is probably going to be a lot more just video interviewing, Google Meet, Zoom, whichever. Then maybe as the interview process goes on, they might bring you in to meet in person, and that's fine, because you're not wasting time. Because I think what I realize in all of this is that you just don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste time, and you want to be as productive as you can throughout the day. And I think that's what this has all shown, that because at first, and now it's going to show that we could be as productive doing the virtual interviewing, virtual work compared to in person. I mean, and I think with interviewing, it's going to be same thing. Like, oh, this wasn't as bad. I mean, I think it's one of those things where we have to look at it and maybe go down the road. Like, maybe interviewing is going to be a little, and I think this is going to change everything. Um, so, but with in person, again, going to in person interviews is you get to see what the school's like. You get to experience the environment of a company, a school, an organization. When you're in the building, you get to meet the other people as well, such as secretaries, other professional staff members, and you get to see what it's like in, like, from your own eyes, from your own experience. And that is a lot. That has value as well because you can just see like what's good about it, what you like, what you don't like, and you can kind of take that in too with everything. And you can meet in person. They can see you can tell their body language, what they're doing, and sometimes like you only can see stuff in the neck up in video interviews where you might be during an in person. You can see what someone's doing with their hands, what they're writing down, what they're doing with maybe if their feet are you can see other things with them, and then you can maybe if they're swing there's a lot of other things you can see compared to if you're doing a just a virtual interview. So like that's some of the things I've noticed when I'm looking at interviews and doing this in person compared to virtual learning. So I think that virtual interviews are going to be more they're going to happen more often because going forward with everything because the more you do it the more you get comfortable with it and you realize that probably works better for you for some people from because you don't have you just save time and as a result you can be more productive. So thank you again for listening. Gonna be doing the hopefully just keep our head up, keep pushing forward, do what we can during this time. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. If you want to contribute to the podcast, the link will be in the description. Thank you to once again for listening, and I will talk to you next time.